Hey, okay, so today I'm going to show you how to get pop-in cheekbones. Whether you already have like substantial cheekbones or if that area is very flat, I'm gonna show you pretty much how to like structure them and define them so that they look like they're pop-in. All right, so the first thing that you want to do is kind of create your bone structure, essentially. So we're going to contour. So you want to take a look at your face. What is the structure of your face? Do you have, cheekbones like me where the volume of your cheek is quite high up here? It goes in just underneath, and then this area of your cheek is very flat. That's obviously my structure. Do you have like a little bit more of that scoop, like round, where the volume of your cheek is right here? That is going to be helpful for just understanding where you want to put your contour. I'm going to use the Fenty Match Stick in Amber, wherever it might be. Oh, it's right here, right in front of me. So I personally, because the volume of my cheek is up here, I like to place my contour right. You can kind of see actually right there, like you can see that the shadow, the natural shadow kind of does this a little bit. It's like kind of an S. So I like to define sort of this area right here. If you have rounder cheekbones, you might want to do a little bit more of a scooping motion. So I'm gonna go straight from the top of the ear, and I'm just gonna bring it into this area. Now, once again, if I have rounder cheekbones, maybe I would start here and then kind of go like that. Now, I think the best way to do this is to blend upward. So you're kind of scooping underneath the cheekbone. So you want that definition to stay down here, and then you're sort of blending up. You can do this with a cream or a powder, it really doesn't matter. And personally, I think that you can do these steps in any order. It's really just like what works best for you. But I prefer doing it this way because it makes the most sense to me. I'm just going to lightly blend into the rest of my face. Okay, so now we have that nice definition of essentially our bone structure. Next for me is bronzer. Now, depending on your skin tone and also your preference, contour and bronzer might be the same thing. So if it is, then you can just combine those two. So I'm gonna use the Tower 28 bronzer in the shade Gold Coast. And I'm essentially going to do a very similar thing. So I'm gonna pick it up with the brush, tap it on the back of this thing, so I'm not picking up way too much. Now I'm using all cream products right now because it's what I prefer. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go over that contour. So we think of the contour as like that structure. It's literally your bone structure. Now we're going in with some warmth to warm up the face, but it's also kind of dark. So you don't wanna just place it pretty much anywhere. You wanna add warmth, but this is also going to add structure because it's darker than your skin tone. So I'm gonna scoop it underneath where I place that contour, and then I'm gonna bring it right onto the front of the cheek, which makes sense for me because this area of my face is a little bit more flat. So I'm kind of like trying to intensify the highlight of the top of my cheekbone. All right, and now I'm going to go in with my cream blush. This is by Dominique Cosmetics. I don't know if this is available anymore, but it's in soft pink. This shade, I'll try to link some similar if it's not. And I'm using this Fenty, it's actually a bronzer brush, to apply. Now, depending on where you like to place your blush, honestly, I just like to put blush pretty much everywhere. I like to place it a little bit higher and then dust it onto like the front of my cheek. So I'm gonna place it kind of like in between where I would highlight and where I contoured. So I'm gonna start here, taking it up high to really accentuate the height of my cheekbone. And then I'm slowly gonna kind of like bring it just above where I put that bronzer. So kind of underneath the eye, but then blending down into that bronzer. You wanna make sure that everything is blending. Okay, so we already have like a really, really beautiful just like structure to the face, you know? You could, when I turn like that, you see nice structure, nice color. Over here, it just looks a little bit more like flat and undefined. Now the finishing touch that I like to do is obviously highlighter because it's gonna create that really beautiful reflect on your cheek that's really gonna make them pop. But something that I really love to do is to use 2 different highlighters. So I'm actually going to start off with Champagne Pop by Becca, slash Smashbox now, I guess. So this is a really beautiful, I don't even know, it's like a peachy, stunning gold. I don't even know. I mean, I feel like everybody knows this now, you know what I mean? But it's a little bit dark for me to use as a highlighter for just the tops of my cheekbones. So what I'm gonna do is swirl my brush in it, and I'm gonna dust this all over my cheek. So I'm basically going to just like kind of cover where I put my blush up onto the temple, all around, which just creates the most beautiful reflect. I mean, absolutely stunning. It complements all of the colors on my cheek, my bronzer, my blush, everything, kind of just brings everything together. Finally, I'm gonna use a slightly lighter highlight. So something a little bit lighter than my skin tone, which for me is, or I mean like basically my skin tone, you know, but it's lighter than Champagne Pop. This is Vesca Moonlight. And now I'm gonna place this just on the highest point of the cheekbone. So right there. And that's it. Okay. Huge difference, right? Like, it's kind of crazy actually. When I look at this cheekbone from every single angle is just poppin', right? We have a beautiful glow, beautiful color, beautiful structure, you know? On this side, everything just kind of looks like very flat, you know? Not that it looks bad, but I'm just saying, big difference. I just moved my light so that you could like really see the reflect. Is that so crazy? Like, it's such a difference. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful in some way. I know super quick, but somebody commented on one of my last videos and they were like, can you teach us how to build the cheekbones? So this is it. Once again, you can pretty much do this in any order that you really want, whatever you prefer. Some people like to do their bronzer first. Some people don't use contour at all. Some people like to use their blush before their bronzer. It's totally up to you, whatever works for you. But hopefully this helps to kind of like explain to you why we use certain things and how to. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you want to see next. Bye.